of this stuff in the lab.
This is ISN Maskwa's Indigenous Emergency Operations Centre, which is a first in Canada. It is owned by the Missinaba Cree First Nation, and one of its main objectives is training community support personnel to assist with emergency response efforts in First Nation communities.
Probably the biggest responsibility bestowed upon us as a chief of a community saying, take care of my people. They give us that entire responsibility to look after their folks while they're off doing what they need to do to keep their community safe.
ISN Maskwa was launched in 2020. Its first hire was Ernie Ludit, an armed forces and law enforcement veteran who now heads the agency's emergency planning division.
When First Nations were getting evacuated, there's been a long history, especially in Ontario, of incidents and mistreatment and sometimes outright racism against people that are evacuated into larger urban settings in Northern Ontario. So our whole goal was to make evacuations seem more like an unexpected gathering.
On the ground are community support personnel who are trained to deal with a variety of challenges, not just evacuation support.
We assist with a lot of first response calls, whether it be to like domestic abuse, drug, alcohol calls, mental health calls. We also do a lot of youth programming within the communities that we're in, as well as helping out elders and that sort of stuff.
And that trust and that communication, that First Nations supporting First Nations is that core value that we live by. And communities and partnerships and again, those relationships are built on that mutual respect.
ISN Maskwa has expanded from its base in Northern Ontario and is servicing parts of northern Manitoba. The Missinaba Cree First Nation is also working with ISN Maskwa to develop an incident host site on its lands, though that is still early in the planning stages. Mike McDonald, APTN National News, Sault Ste. Marie.